Okay guys, let's turn this caterpillar into a butterfly. I have added 4 types of yarn and laces, and I also did a finishing on the top edge, which I'm going to show you with just the dark eyelash. But for right now, we're going to work on this and the laces. So if you're here to this step, I'm using a K-hook or 10.5 or 6.5 millimeter. 4 types of yarn. I've got a white eyelash, a deep purple eyelash, a deep purple variegated boa, and then my variegated purple and cream yarn that we used in here. So we're just going to do a slip knot with all 4 of those. Put your needle in, and you're going to go ahead and start this same way, grabbing your tongue, grab the side of your boot, and pull that through. Try to get your tails in there if you can. And now we're going to half double crochet. Right now you can see, but the next round you're going to have to feel. Yeah, it gets so big here. There we go. And you're just going to go back and forth. I went 2 times. If your tongue is longer, go as many times to make it even with your tongue. Okay, so we're going to put it in the side, grab that single crochet on the side of your tongue, pull that through, go back up, single crochet, and turn your work. You don't need to chain or anything. Half double crochet back, and now you're feeling in between. So you get in between each post stitch. Do that all the way back around to the tongue. Now the top row, I double crocheted because I wanted it a little higher and a little looser, not so stiff. So then you've got more room for your calf, and it just makes it easier to put on. And from there, after you come around with your double crochet, you're going to want to single crochet in each one of these, right where your seam is, with your 4 yarns. And then you're going to get down to the base, and you're going to single crochet just right on top of that. Now when I got to the corners, I did 2 single crochets in the corner, single crochet, single crochet, single crochet, 2 more single crochets in the corners. And then I came back up and tied off. I just feel like it gives a little bit better shape if you put that extra couple stitches right there in the corners. Okay, so now it would look like this without the laces. And the laces are very easy. What I used was a cream mixed with that same purple that was in here and on the side, the variegated purple and cream. And for that, I took a smaller hook, so whatever yarn works for, but you want it a little bit tighter so it looks kind of nice. And not loose and loosey-goosey is what I call it. And then this one is an H, or an 8 or a 5 millimeter. And so what I did was, right here, it's going to be too hard for me to hold it and show you how I did it, so I'm going to tell you and show you. I started right here. I attached it with a single crochet and I chained 8. I went to here and I attached it, single crocheted, chained 8, 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 single crocheted across the top of the tongue and came back down and just made it even with the beginning one. Now I just eyed it. If you've got a really long tongue and you want to mark your spot, I know that some of those smaller stitch markers won't work. Grab a clothespin and use a clothespin on either side where you want to mark it. So zigzag your way all the way back down. When you're down here, it's not going to be laying right on there until you put your foot in there. If this part's wider for you and you want to make sure that you have enough length so it's not too stretched out, go ahead and shove a ball of yarn down there or something. Okay, chain 8, single crochet, chain 8, and then tie back to the beginning, weave your ends, and tie off. Now that would have been good, but I just thought that it just looked a little bit unfinished, so I wanted to add a dark purple to kind of give it more dimension, make it look more polished. I mean, the dime is in the detail, right? So I just took the dark purple that we had used in there, and I've got it going here for you so you can see the difference of how it looks with the purple and without. So this is without, and then with, and I like it better with, and I'll take a finishing picture and you'll really be able to see the difference because it'll be a lot better and a lot better angles. And so what I did with just the eyelash and a K-hook, I half double crocheted 2 in each stitch. And then I just chained one. That just gives it a little extra oomph. So half double crochet 2 in each stitch, and then chain 1. And you've got the nice fuzzy outline for the top. I am going to just do that around the top edge, and I started right there, so I went over the tongue just with the dark, not with the other stuff. I just think it really gives it a nice look. You can go down around if you want to go around here to give that a little bit more oomph. I don't think this particular boot needs it, but sometimes, you know, depending upon your color choices, it could. And then you will have kind of a shorter version, still funky in a totally different way. Oh, one other thing I wanted to tell you for all my soul sisters out there. I have a lot of people that are wanting to put soles on the bottoms of the boot. So I have done that. I just, on mine, I don't really need them. But if that's something you want to do, at the fabric store, go into like the upholstery section, and they have little tiny remnants. They're like this big, and they're like 49 cents. They're going to be enough probably on there for a couple pairs, okay? So I want you to unwrap it. I think this is probably couch upholstery. I mean, it's like a leather vinyl. It cuts really easy with the regular scissors. And put your boot on there. So it's doubled, right? Right sides together. Set your boot on there. Trace around it. And I have a little cutout example here for you. Trace around it, okay? And how I punch my holes is I just use a hole punch. And it works just fine. What I do is I take a black Sharpie and I mark where I want my holes. And then I just punch all the way around. And then take a darning needle with yarn, and you're just going to pull it all the way around. Sorry, I'm trying to keep this in here for you. Got too many things going on. Come up from the bottom, pull through the top, go up through the bottom, pull through the top, go up through the bottom, pull through the top, up through the bottom, pull through the top. Got my hole punch in that one. Then, what I do after that is I take fabric glue. So see, you've got a nice finished edge there. Holds nice and securely. Even. Okay, I take fabric glue and I put fabric glue on here after I've already done this. So that's just going to give you more security there. I place it on the boot. Then what I do is I crochet through this right here. So I will stick my needle. I don't have 50 things going. Through here. and then grab my boot, wrap around, pull it through. So you're not sticking it through the holes, you're sticking it through this, which I have 4 strands going. I just took one strand, doubled it over the length, and then doubled it when I put it in the needle. Or you can use one very thick piece of yarn. If you want to let the fabric glue dry, it literally dries in like a half hour. And then do your crocheting. If you're not comfortable crocheting it, it's very easy. Once you do it a couple times, you'd be amazed. Just darn it to the bottom of your boot then. But use these stitches that you made, and it'll give you a nice, even vinyl sole. Or, I mean, they have like kind of rubber or really thick. There's so many different things when you go to the upholstery department. And I mean, 49 cents, it's cheap. So if that's something you want to add to your boot, that's a good way to do that too. I am going to finish up these and then take after pictures so you can get a really good visual, because I have to step back further away in order for you to see the whole thing in its entirety. And if you want to embellish it anywhere else, go right ahead. You really cannot do anything wrong with your own creativity, right guys? Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.